Hello, everyone. Interpreters, are you ready? I see a thumbs up. See another thumbs up. Cool. And a third thumbs up. Yay! Good to be among friends this morning. Welcome to Fast for Hunger. Fast for Hunger is something I'm really passionate about. So it means a lot to me to share it with you. I feel honored. Um, this came as a practice when I felt like it's really healthy to go through an intentional rebirth. I guess metaphorically, but also probably literally too. Right? So in our yoga asana, uh, when we do shavasana, it's an intentional coming out. It's an intentional going out and then an intentional coming back. And this body is our vehicle, so we have to take care of it because if we don't take care of this, then we can't take care of others. And so, how do we refresh the body? There's a lot of different ways to do that. And one way that I learned was fasting. For me, I love to eat a lot. I love to go out to dinner with people who aren't that hungry because then I get like two meals for the price of one. And by fasting, I've had to really understand the nature of my desire and the nature of the way I think things exist. Like, does my happiness depend on hunger? Does my happiness depend on whether I have food or not? What am I putting my happiness in? Thinking that by consuming it, I will be happy. But then can I go through a challenge to cultivate a peaceful mind and a loving heart and happiness that's independent of whether I have or don't have? That's pretty interesting. And while I was eating my last meal yesterday, because I fast, I like to do my fasting starting at lunch. You're looking at your food and you're like, oh man, this is the last food I'm going to eat for a while. And then what happens is you become much more present with the food and you become much more present with your experience. And that's a nice way to live because when we are aware that we're losing something, then when we have it, it's a lot more special. And that includes not just food, but our loved ones. That includes our own health, if we have that. It includes our mind. Our mind is something that will deteriorate and go away. And so becoming present in the gratitude of, man, I have this thing right now, santosha, contentedness, then we're reborn into a whole different attitude, which is ironic because when we're losing something, we think we might feel lack. But if we can enter with gratitude and with just radical presence, that lack is in the future. That doesn't exist. Future doesn't exist. The only thing that exists is the present moment. And so dropping into the present moment, even though we might lose something, we're filled with abundance because we have it. Like right now, we have each other on this call. That's beautiful. And what we have is an abundance of compassion right now because we're coming together for the sake of others. Wow, that's powerful. So, fast for hunger is this idea of skipping 1 or 3 meals. And then with the money that we save by not eating, we give that away to people who are hungry, especially those in our neighborhood, those nearby, those local. Today's a little bit different. I've been on a mission personally since the last new moon to raise $10,000 to provide meals in Gaza because there's a lot of hungry people there. And I care about them as much as I care about me, or at least I try to. So today, whether you're fasted or not, doesn't matter. We can all meditate and feel fulfilled with kindness. We can live on kindness. Kindness is the reason why food even nourishes us. Without kindness, food doesn't help. With kindness, anything is possible. Not to be like too extreme, but I really believe that. So let's set an intention for our meditation, then we'll begin. The world I wish to live in is one free of suffering, especially the suffering of preferential love. We're going to be really getting into that idea today. Consider how when we prefer ourselves or our loved ones, and we prefer them over others, we are forced to see and create a world that's divided. Consider how thinking that anyone deserves violence or doesn't deserve love, that's the seed of a world in conflict. The world I wish to create is one where all beings receive love without preference. The love that we extend to our friends being equal to the love that we extend to those we don't know, equal to the love that we extend to those who hurt us. Equal love. The seed which brings peace to the world is not through wishing harm to those who disrupt peace, but it's rather by cultivating a heart which extends unconditional love to all beings equally. That's the seed. So let's cultivate those seeds in our heart in meditation today. And we'll do that through the object of giving a single meal of food with equanimity. Okay, so find yourself in a beautiful position of stability. If you're seated on the ground, and find yourself gently balanced, deeply rooted. If you're on a chair, make sure your feet are firm on the ground. And especially with this meditation, open the chest. So shoulders come down and back, not too far, just a micro amount. And feel the heart open. And let's begin with 5 grounding breaths. And sink deeply into this present moment. You can use the sensation of breath to help ground you. Good. We're going to invite someone special to our meditation. We're going to invite the warrior of kindness. So I want you to bring someone to mind who's in your world that you see as being extremely strong and courageous in their kindness. And imagine them sitting directly in front of you. This could be a parent, could be a teacher, could be someone you don't have a relationship with but you admire. Think about a time when they were totally willing to give you unconditional love. And let it touch your heart as you see an image of radical kindness. And we will call this person the warrior of kindness. Now consider somebody that you know. You can pick anybody, someone close to you, and imagine that they're hungry. And for some reason, they can't access food. And when you look at them, consider how their pain is your pain. Because they're just like me. Deep down, they want happiness and they want to avoid pain, just like me. In your heart, make the resolution. They should be free of pain and hunger. I will make it that way. I promise to work as hard for them as I do for me. May I receive all the help I need in order to help this person. And now ask your warrior of kindness if they can give you their strength to support you. Now imagine your hands out in front of you and you're holding a delicious, healthy, nutritious meal. And imagine the warrior of kindness. Imagine their hands supporting your hands as you give this meal to your loved one. And imagine them at peace, relieved, nourished by your equal love, loving them equal to how you love yourself. This is the cause of freedom for all beings. Now bring to mind somebody who is neutral. That means someone that you don't necessarily have good feelings toward, but you also don't have bad feelings toward. So like someone that you just pass on the street that's in your world for a blink of an eye, or that you drive past. And imagine that they're hungry. They're experiencing the pain of hunger. Hunger not just in the physical sense, but hunger in every sense. They are just like me. They want happiness and they want to avoid pain. If they're just like me, then I should work to serve them as hard as I work to serve myself. All beings should be free from the pain of hunger, and I will make it so. Feel as that commitment takes shape in your heart. There's a lot of these neutral people in the world. I'm going to need help. Help getting over my selfishness and help in serving all of these beings. So recall the warrior of kindness. And let's ask to borrow the strength and kindness of that beautiful person. Now imagine from out of your heart comes a plate of food, a healthy, nutritious meal, and it lands in your hands. And with the help of the warrior of kindness, you give this meal to that person. And you see them relax and become joyful as they're nourished by your love, the love that works as hard for others as it does for ourselves. Now consider somebody who hurt you or someone that you see hurting others and bring them to mind in front of you. Imagine that they are suffering from the pain of hunger. You watch your mind as you imagine this. They are just like me. They want happiness and they want to avoid pain, just like me. Because they're just like me. There's no reason I should work to serve myself more than I work to serve them. Their hunger is my hunger, their pain is my pain. In essence, we are the same. Any other view is a distortion of the truth. But I believe that all beings should be free of suffering. Even those who hurt me. And so I will make it that way. by cultivating a heart whose love is shared, regardless of who is out there, regardless of an object. It's the same love. May I receive all the help that I need to do this. Bring the warrior of kindness to me, and look through their eyes at this person who hurt you, and borrow their eyes of unconditional love, love without preference, and feel as your hands and the warrior's hands pull a meal from your heart, resting in your hands. And think to yourself, if I could truly feed someone who hurts me without an ounce of anger, without an ounce of selfishness, if I can do that, may the world know peace. And now give the meal to the person. And watch as they're transformed through your radical act of love. And feel your heart open wide. And imagine that this beautiful thing that we did, imagine that it's a light in your heart. And imagine it dispelling all of the darkness in the world. And you see the world in union, where every being works for the happiness of others equally to how hard they work for themselves. And imagine taking this world in yoga, this world in unity, and give it to the warrior of kindness. May all beings be free. I will make it that way. May I receive all the help that I need to do so. And without leaving this feeling, you can open your eyes and come. Take a stretch. Oh, thank you for planting the seeds to see a world that knows no hunger. Um, please support anybody who's helping others. um, it's a beautiful thing to do. Um, if you do give a meal directly, or if you give a donation to an organization that is helping others, go to fastforhunger.earth and drop the information. We're making a map of every organization or location that our love has touched. And you can see it there. My dream is to see more pins than we see a map as our kindness covers the earth. I would like to nominate one specific nonprofit today. That nonprofit is called World Central Kitchen. The link is in the chat. Thank you, Polina. They have provided millions and millions of meals immediately following crisis all over the earth. And recently, they provided over 46 million meals in Gaza. So,
wait, Michael. Wait.
So here's a little uplifting video of them serving others. Yeah, cool. Get your seeds already ripening into images of people taking care of each other. Yay. Cool. I know I went a little over. I apologize. I'll work on that. But please stay. And please stay hanging out with the Yoga Studies Institute. If you felt that there was this beautiful kingdom inside of you unfolding in this meditation, there's a great teaching on exactly how to cultivate that. And it's a beautiful event that YSI does every summer. It's called the Inner Kingdom, and I think we got a link for that too. So we can cultivate this inner kingdom of paradise, and we can cultivate that outside of us too. So Geshe Michael wrote a poem that teaches us how to do that, describes what that's like, and it's extremely inspiring, and very uplifting. So, so if you're available for even one of these dates that you see on the screen, please come. It's really beautiful. Thank you, translators, for your selflessness. Thank you for working equally for the happiness of others as you do for yourself. You are the image. I really think so. Thank you, Paulina, for always supporting good things. And I want to say especially thank you to Connie O'Brien, who told me to never give up my fast for hunger. Thank you for being a warrior of kindness, Connie, and for making my hands strong to never lose courage in serving others. So thank you. All right, guys. Have a beautiful rest of your day. I love you.